All right, beautiful people, this is Cindy Presgraves with Cindy's Realty Group by EXP. And today I want to talk about what is going on the market and what does that mean? Are you ready to know what we're talking about or what am I going to be talking about, right? Huh. So, should you still buy a home with the latest news about inflation? Are you concerned about inflation? Are you concerned what's going on? Do you really understand what's going on? Okay, so while the Federal Reserve is working hard to bring down inflation, the latest data shows the inflation rate is still high, remaining around 8%. This news impacted the stock market and added fuel to the fire for conversations about a recession. I mean, they've been talking about recession for a while, people. I mean, it's just about like, I feel that, yes, I mean, this is something that is happening in the back end, and a lot of people don't understand what's going on and what's happening is we don't know what's going to happen, honestly. But this might sound wrong, what I'm going to say, but this is basically holding a lot of people behind because this is bringing them up with, oh, this is 2008. What am I going to do? I won't be able to do that. What else can I do? And there's been talks about a recession for a while, but is this actually affecting you? Is this keeping you away from having that home dream, that dream house that you want? And I mean, yes, I mean, we don't know what might happen. I mean, in 2015, I'll tell you the truth. I was pregnant with my second child, and I got laid off on my third trimester of pregnancy. Yes, it is legal in the state of North Dakota to actually be fired while you're pregnant. But anyways, moving forward with that, you're likely feeling the impact in your day-to-day life. As we watch the cost of goods and services climb, I mean, yes, I mean, I go to the grocery store. I don't spend already like I used to spend 100 and something to $200. Now it's like 300 something, 300 something. I'm like, geez, my grocery bill went by $100 more. And it's just like the pinch is creating on your wallet, and the looming economic uncertainty may leave you wondering, should I still buy a home right now? And this is what a lot of people are held back. A lot of people are like, I don't know if I want to buy a house. But people, I'm going to tell you something. The rent is going to continue going up. What are you doing? So if that question is top of mind for you, here's what you should need. This is what you need to know. So homeownership is historically a great hedge against inflation. So first of all, if you own a house, then you're technically is not going to the value of your house is going to continue increasing, but those payments are going to be the same depending on what type of loan you're going on, because right now they're talking about the buy down program, which is like they lower 2% of interest rate, which is pretty awesome, but you'll actually have to refinance. So that's something that I can actually talk differently. But there is, I think I did a video with Anisha Bettis, and she talks about the buy down program, which is really interesting. Just keep on looking at my videos. So in an inflationary economy, prices rise across the board. Historically, homeownership is a great hedge against those rising costs because you can lock in what's likely your largest monthly payment. It's your mortgage. If you think about the rent, like a few months ago, people were raising up rent for $900 a month extra on top of what you were paying. But if you own a mortgage, that price is not going to go up or down. Well, if you pay more, then that's a different story. But that is actually helping you because it's actually like, okay, this is not going to change. We're keeping this payment unless you refinance and other things, so forth. So, and this is for the duration of the loan. But when you're renting, it's actually going up. You don't know if they're going to decide to increase it for 500 or tell you, hey, you got to move out. It is that uncertainty, and that does not create you a stability at all completely. So that helps stabilize some of your monthly expenses. James Royal, Senior Wealth Management, reported at Bankrate explains a fixed mortgage allows you to maintain the biggest portion of housing expenses at the same payment. Can you maintain other things that you can actually have that fixed monthly payment? Hey, I'm going to tell you the truth. Even Hulu and Netflix, they have increased the prices. Even Apple Music and all that, they have increased their prices too. And it's just like, are you serious? everything is going up by a dollar or two. And I mean, I know it's a silly example that I'm bringing, but if they're raising prices, Netflix has been raising prices. I think it's been like 2 years consecutively. Then they have Amazon that has increased their prices. Look, people, those are not even fixed rates. And we're talking about a monthly mortgage payment. Imagine about your rent. If you are focusing on rent and they're increasing that rent, how much are you out of pocket? Because your house, if you have a house, then you're putting money into your pocket. Like it or not, you have tax breaks, you have, yes, you have maintenance and all that, but you have that fixed mortgage. You don't have to be worried about, oh, they're going to kick me out. Oh, they're increasing the rent. Oh, they're increasing the rent by 100, 200, 300, or 500, 900. There's many things that you have to take into consideration. Now, the thing is, with rents being so high as they are, the ability to stabilize your monthly payments and protect yourself for the future, rent hikes may be even more important. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, it's going to actually protect you from increasing rents. You'd be like, oh, but taxes and this. Look, taxes. Let's not even talk about that because you have other expenses when renting. Anyways, moving forward, Lawrence Jung, chief economist at the National Association of Realtors, explains what happened to rents in the latest inflation report. Inflation refuses to budge. In September, consumer prices rose by 8.2%. Rent rose by 7.2%. And that's the highest, and that has been the highest pace in 40 years. So, what are you going to do? Are you ready for this? Or are you not ready for this? Are you ready to buy a house? Or you'd be like, you know what? I'd rather pay my rent, having an increase of rent every single month. And you know what? That's fine for me. What are you going to do? What are your plans? What is your fear? Look, a job? Okay, I'll be honest with you. A job. Yes, you can have a job. Be like, oh, you know what? But that can happen at any time. It's just like the same thing with death. And I apologize for bringing this up, but you cross the street. I love skydiving. Okay, I've jumped 3 times. I love it. Many people say, oh, that's a dangerous sport. Look, if I'm gonna die, it's gonna be it could be me crossing the street. It could be in my bathtub. It could be me walking around the house. It could be at any time. Same thing with the loss of a job. You never expect that. Or, we don't know what's gonna happen. But with all this situation happening, I would say fear is actually holding you back, and you don't want that completely. And it's just like, what do I do? What are my options? And in this case, it's just like, this is where I'm bringing it up, buying a home. When you rent, your monthly payment is determined by your lease or by your landlord, which is typically renews on an annual basis. And sometimes they're actually renewing it within 3, 6 months, a year, and they're increasing it because they have the liberty. Especially if you have that month to month, then that's a totally different situation, because when you do a month to month, they'll say, okay, we're increasing it by 500. This is what you're paying, 23, 25, $2,800 a month. But then when you do a lease, then it guarantees you only for a year. So there's a lot of things to think about. So this is with inflation. With inflation so high, your landlord may be more likely to increase your payments to offset the impact of inflation. That means taxes, cost of living. I mean, many other things to take into consideration too. So that may be a part of the reason why a survey from Realtor.com shows 72% of landlords said that they plan to raise their rent on one or more of their properties in the next year. Becoming a homeowner, if you're able to do so, look, just jump on it. There's different programs, they're offering different incentives and all that, and this would be able to provide you a long lasting stability and a reliable shelter. Plus, it makes you feel proud of this too, especially with this uncertainty of the economy. Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. So there's a lot of things to take into consideration and all that, and it's just like the best hedge against inflation is a fixed housing cost. So if you're concerned about, like, hey, you know what? Oh, my landlord's not going to increase it. You might get lucky, but you might not get lucky. I mean, it all depends on what you're looking for. But I'm going to leave it there. My information is below. My name is Cindy Presgraves. I'm with Cindy's Realty Group by EXP, and I am in the state of Georgia. And I really hope you guys like this and understand this. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. Feel free to comment and have a beautiful day.